How to remove a cold start injector on a 5M. Tools you need: ratchet, 10mm socket, 14mm wrench, needle nose pliers. First thing you're going to do is take the negative and positive off the battery. You can just remove the negative if you want. I did both. Then we're going to loosen the clamps holding this air intake tubing on, which are 10mm. We're also going to remove this coupler off the throttle body. To pick for reference, next I'm going to use my needle nose pliers and pull off all of these hoses on the throttle body, every single one that's connected to it. Should be like 6 or 7 of them. Take your time, make sure you don't damage the hose, and if they're cracked or weathered, make sure to replace them. Next, you want to remove the throttle cable, so you want to put pressure on the throttle and then remove the cable. It can be a little tricky. Unplug the TPS, throttle position sensor. Take your 12mm socket and break loose the 4 bolts holding the throttle body onto the intake plenum. I need an extension to reach these bolts. There's a hose I forgot to take off, so I'm just going to take it off and pull it off by hand. Once we got all 4 bolts loose from the throttle body and off, you should be able to pull off the throttle body pretty easily. That's going to expose the banjo bolt, which is a 14mm. Take it loose with your 14mm wrench. It might be a little difficult. Mine was really easy to take off. Don't forget about the brass copper washers on each side. Now we're looking at our cold start injector. Look how dirty it is. Take your 10mm socket or wrench and loosen the 2 bolts holding the cold start injector on. Once you have both those bolts loose, it should pop right out. Cold start injector looks super dirty and grimy, so I'm hoping it's still going to work. But yeah, go to part 2 to see how to install it.